Okay, all right. So, there's a lot of things I want to talk about today, to be honest. By a lot of things, I mean a lot of things I want to talk about the show of Devil May Cry. Because I did binge it. It came out yesterday. I tried my goddamn best to finish it before stream today so I can actually talk about it because I know a lot of people are going to be interested and all that. And like, I don't think it's a decent show. Okay, it's decent. To be fair, it is decent. It's a decent show. I didn't think it was a good Devil May Cry show. Honestly, I didn't think that was a good Devil May Cry show. I thought, I don't know. I didn't feel like I watched Dante on screen. I really felt like I watched Nero cosplay as Dante from Devil May Cry 3, specifically. It was just weird. It didn't feel like I was watching Dante on screen. He was fun when he got to do something, and like that didn't really happen a lot, but he got to do some things, and it was fun to see that happening, but it wasn't Dante. Okay, that character was not Dante. Now, sure, after episode 3, I went into it saying, okay, this is not going to be the Dante I know. This is not going to be. It's kind of dark in here, isn't it? It's not going to be the Dante that I know. It's not gonna be the character that I saw in the video games, and that's fine. That's okay. They're gonna do their own spin on it. Why not? Why not? I'll go into it with an open mind. But I also didn't feel like they really developed the character or really did anything interesting with that character, which is weird because they had a lot of plot points that made me go, why is this in a Devil May Cry show? It's just something else. Like, guys, I think every time we finish the game here, right? Every time consistently when we finish the game, a Devil May Cry game on stream, you've all heard me like go. I've always said the same thing, the same thing, right? I always said, damn, I need more American politics in this game to like really enjoy the story. I don't remember saying that ever. I don't think you remember me saying that ever. I don't think anyone ever said that when it came to Devil May Cry. But apparently, the show decided that, yeah, this is what we need. We need more American politics in the show. And again, if you do decide to watch the show, you have to accept in advance that this is not going to be the Devil May Cry that you expect, really. It's going to be really, really different than the Devil May Cry you expected. I feel like that's also the case for a lot of the other characters. Oh, do not get me started on that, okay? Like, can we talk about Mary? Can we talk about Lady in that show? That wasn't Lady. I said it on Discord. That's not Lady. That's Madam or Girl. I don't know. That's not Lady. That's not the character I was really, like, expecting. The camera is for some reason. No, there you go. That was not the character I was expecting. No, it's still off to the side. Yeah, that's perfect. Not the character I expected to see. And to be honest, she was a bitch. I hated her. I feel like everyone hated her. The last episode specifically was one of the worst ways to end a season because it's a character assassination, to be honest. It's like, remember every single development you've seen on screen? All two of those, maybe? No, yeah, nah, fuck that. We're going back to square one because why not? I don't know. I don't know. So we will continue to talk about the show throughout the stream because again, why not? I will admit that I really thought if I wanted to stream today, due to some personal things happening, but I decided that the best thing to do for me is to probably just be normal as much as I can. I'm not gonna get into that, but I just an FYI there if I sound a bit depressed. Well, not depressed per se, but you know. So the show itself, you have a very interesting villain in the show, which is actually one of the strongest parts about it. I think the main villain they chose for the show was really interesting. He was one of the better written characters in the show, and there was one specific episode. I think it was episode 6, where they really stepped it up a notch with the direction and artistic choices and all that, which was awesome. It was awesome to like see. So there is talent behind the show. It's just that some choices were way too weird for me to like even understand. For some reason, they turned Devil May Cry into a political message about the American invasion of Iraq. Did that sound weird to anyone else? Me just saying that out loud? Because that sounded weird to me when I just said that out loud, to be honest. Really weird to me. But yeah, that's what it probably was. Well, yeah, so that's the like reaction I expected you to have. Because I had the exact same reaction watching that on the show, like live, you know? I've had the exact same reaction, because what the fuck? Who wanted that for a Devil May Cry game, or show, or anything? Guys, when I play Devil May Cry, I don't want a serious story. I think we all know that. I want them to be funny as fuck. I want them to embrace the memes. I really wanted that. I wanted, for Vergil, mid-show, I wanted him to just pull up in a plastic chair. I was begging for that to happen in the show. That never happened. I was just like, I was waiting and waiting and waiting. I wanted my boy to just pull up in a plastic chair and just sit there. That's what they need to do with a Devil May Cry show. I want, like, they should hire the writers of Grand Blue. If you guys know Grand Blue, one of my favorite, like, shows slash mangas ever. It's funny as fuck. I wanted them to just hire the fucking writers of that show or manga and, like, just let them cook. That's what Devil May Cry needs, in my honest to God opinion. I do not want Devil May Cry to be a serious show or game. I want this to embrace the memes. I want this to be funny, is what I want this to be. And I feel like a lot of people do want that as well, because when do you most enjoy Devil May Cry? When they do something, like, serious as fuck? No, you enjoy it when it's funny, when you see the characters do some dumb fucking shit, like Dante just running up on a wall and all that. Mid cutscene. Yeah, the show really missed a few, like, moments like that, to be honest. Even though I will say there was one specific moment in episode 2, if you watch the show. There was one moment in episode 2 that legit made me laugh out loud. No, I didn't mean to go down. One, like, moment that made me actually laugh out loud. Out of the entire show. And again, I think they should have embraced the funny, the comedy part, and not make did I actually... No, I did not, okay. Embrace that funny. Be enjoyable. Let me have fun watching the show. Now, the thing is, I'm actually thinking that people who never ever watched Devil May Cry, who have no idea what Devil May Cry is about, have no idea what the characters are about, and I think they will actually enjoy the show. I think they will actually find the show to be, like, good. Which is why I'm saying it's a decent show. I don't think it's a really good Devil May Cry show. Simply because of that, because I do have a feeling that if I wasn't, like... If I didn't know who was the cool Dante character, or who the cool Vergil character, or Lady and all that, I have a feeling I would have maybe enjoyed it a lot more. Well, maybe not Lady, I feel like she's just plain unlikable in the show. They have taken every single opportunity they could have to make her unlikable, and it gets so much worse. Honestly, guys, it gets so much worse. Because for some reason, that show is about Lady. Dante is not the main character in his own show. Dante was not the main character. I'm not joking. He was a secondary character in his own show. And again, I've already mentioned, I didn't feel like that was Dante. I didn't feel like I was watching Dante. I felt like I was watching Nero. Which is fine, you know, it's cool. But not when his name is Dante. That was just, like, plain weird. I don't mind doing push-ups in a second here. What the fuck is attacking me? What are you doing here? There we go. I think this is a good spot to get that in real quick. Are you talking about the scene where he made that joke? In episode 2, well, everybody was shooting. And that like random moment happened. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That made me laugh out loud. I didn't expect to hear somebody wanting a Grand Blue X DMC crossover, but here we are. I don't want a crossover. I want the same writers. I want the same vibe. I want the same randomness that we already have in a Devil May Cry game, combined with, like, good comedy writing. I feel like this is where Devil May Cry will really, really shine if we do that. Can you see me here? I think you can. I think Devil May Cry needs to embrace the comedy part. Is what it needs to do, and not like less serious, less political messages. If it was up to me, to be honest. And you know what? I cannot believe I'm saying that. Because I didn't think that was possible. And if you didn't watch the show, you will probably think I'm joking, but they ruined Buried the Light and Devil Trigger. They found a way to make a generic as fuck version of both of these songs, and it's like, why would you do that? Why just take the versions from the game? That's all you need to do. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. That's all you needed to do, and they somehow ruined it. You guys maybe think I don't mind. I can put this on right now. You know what? I'll do that. I think it's on Spotify. You're gonna hear it right now with me. And I want you to be honest with me. What do you think about it, okay? If you haven't heard it before, prepare yourself, because yeah. Let's look for it. Bury the Light. I think it's called Power something. Okay, yeah, there you go. By the way, this final scene, if you watch the show, I laughed out loud here too. The problem is they didn't want you to laugh out loud, most likely, so listen to this. This is supposed to be Bury the Light. The version they made. Let me find the now playing thing. There you go. You can tell it is Bury the Light. It is supposed to be Bury the Light. See? Bury the Light. It's right here. Bury the Light. All they needed to do was take the original version, guys. I swear to God. I don't hear it. Alright, you don't hear it for some reason. Wait, let me fix it. You didn't miss anything, to be honest, but still. Let me cook here. Let me find it. It's supposed to be this. Okay. Do you hear it now? Yeah, you hear it now. Okay, now you're hearing it. There you go. I skipped the first 30 seconds, by the way, because it's the same sound over and over again. So, there you go. You can now hear it. I don't understand why. It reminds me of, like, you know when you go to the gym and for some reason they don't put the original song on. It's like it's like the song, but some random girl is singing. Because I don't know why not. This is what it is. I have no other words to describe this. This is Bury the Light in the show. I was so hyped to hear that song, like, come on, and I'm like, hey, yo, what the fuck am I listening to right now? What is this? How could they massacre my boy like that? And then they did one for Devil Trigger too. This is Devil Trigger. They also ruined Devils Never Cry this way. I actually don't mind the Devils Never Cry version being the credits. I felt like that was actually okay. A nice version to put in the credits, but like, this is what they did with Devil Trigger. I do not understand why. First of all, this is Nero's theme. Nero's not in the show. It's supposed to be Dante, but sure, okay. I have a feeling they really just wanted to do a show about Nero. Or featuring Nero, because again, he wasn't the main character, but still. I couldn't get into it. When this came on, like, I was like, oh, Devil Trigger, that's gonna be sick, let's go. No. It's... they were like making a gym version, a gym remix version of the soundtrack. I don't know why. It's... all you needed to do was like get the actual rights for Devil Trigger. Okay, that's all you needed to do. Just do this instead. You know how hyped that would have been? It's all you needed to do. I want you to find the difference, okay? Between the two versions. And as you're saying here, like, it's not bad on its own, maybe. It's a random sound in a way, not something you're gonna be listening to, but compared to this, compared to the original version, yeah, it's just a lesser version of it, and that's just a shame. It doesn't ruin the show, really, or anything else, but when you're a Devil May Cry fan and you watch it and you go into it with certain expectations, it's just a shame. All they had to do was use these, like, exact soundtracks, one for one, and we would have been happy. Are you going to do a review on the new Doom game? They're going to be coming soon. No, I am not. I am pretty much done. Only thing I will try eventually do is find time to finish the God of War one I started and whatever else I wanted, but I cannot promise anything, because as you guys may know, I do not have the illusion of free time. It does not exist for me. Why? Because university's a fucking bitch, that's why. I really want to... why is the color changing every time I minimize it? This is what I've noticed. You see that now? Colors are a bit different. This is what I noticed. Can I go down? I also really like how they made Devil Trigger a cool anime power-up moment for Dante in a way. Hope that doesn't really spoil anything for anyone, but again. I really think you should watch the show on your own if you were planning to, okay? I think you should give it a shot and you should decide if it's good for you or not. I don't think you need to listen to anyone stating their opinion and go, oh, okay, I'm not gonna watch the show. I think that's gonna be a shame if you do that. You should give it a shot. Again, it's a decent show. It's not a bad show. I don't think it's a bad show. I didn't think it was a good Devil May Cry show. And I feel like if you go into that expecting that, knowing you're gonna get something different than what you were, like, expecting, it's not gonna be too bad for you, perhaps. I just went into it thinking, oh, okay, I'm gonna get the Dante I know doing cool shit. He's gonna be the main character in Devil May Cry, because, well, to be fair, I feel like everybody maybe expected that, of all things. The intro and everything gave us that impression, but no. Are you going to play the new Doom game in streams? I do actually think I'll do that, yeah. That should be fun enough. And streaming is not exactly like you sitting down and editing things. Not the same thing. One of these things is clearly taking a lot more time and effort. There we go, that's completed. The show has good moments. It does have good moments. It wasn't bad. Again, just not a really good Devil May Cry show, and I have to, like, stress that. Because I think they could improve on certain things. It's not, like, undoable, it's ruined. I did find myself thinking that, that maybe gonna sound bad to some people here. I thought the DMC remake not really remake per se, reboot, I guess, DMC Devil May Cry that is, I thought that had better story in the long run, and more likable characters as well, which is gonna be really, really weird sounding to a lot of people, I know, but I actually thought the reboot had more likable characters than the show. Again, I cannot stress enough how much I hated Lady in the show. Or we're gonna call her Mary, so we know the difference, okay? So we know who I'm talking about. Exactly, Lady May Cry the anime featuring Nero from DMC4 cosplaying as Dante from DMC3. That's the show you need to like expect to go into. It's like in episode 3 they kind of forgot who the main character was. And they were like just going along with it of yeah. Now I do have a theory of why they would do that. It's gonna be kind of sad to say out loud, but like Nero Dante in the show is what we're gonna refer to him. He was not bad. He was not a bad written character. He was still fun to see on screen, and he still made fun of things he should have made fun of. Problem is, for the writers, that is, he made fun about a lot of the plot points and writing in their own show, and I have a feeling that's why they try to minimize his time on screen, his screen time, because I think they figured out that if they're gonna keep him on there, he's gonna like destroy everything they're trying to do. Because like you could waste a few minutes on a certain plot point and he just comes on screen, he's like, no, that's fucking dumb. And he moves on immediately. Like he cancels a lot of the things that we're trying to do, and I have a feeling that's why they try to like minimize his screen time if they could. He still felt very out of character. For Dante, that is. But he was a fun character, and I think that's really important, because you could still enjoy him when he was on screen. He was still like, oh yeah, shit's gonna be fun when he's there. Just not exactly like how Dante would actually do it from the games. Like, you're thinking Dante and an enemy, right? He's gonna have fun with him. Woof woof, come here, and all that, right? He's gonna have fun, he's gonna taunt, he's gonna be like a bit of a dick, but he's gonna have fun every time, and I feel like they kind of forgot about that the more I went into the show, because like eventually it didn't feel like he was there for fun. He didn't feel like he could leave if he wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Part of the fun about Dante is him, like, you always feel like bro is just there for the good vibes and all that. If he really wanted to, he would just walk away without a care in the world. They just couldn't write through Dante. I don't think they wanted to. That's what I find really weird. I really do think they just wanted to write Nero. So they took Dante and they wrote Nero. That's what it feels like they were doing. Now again, I do not know why. But yeah. I'm not sure why they would do that. Oh wait, I already fought you before, didn't I? I can abuse you again, probably. I mean, do the same thing as before. Charging my thing up here. Oh, probably. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wanted to cancel before he does that. I want to see Vergil in the show doing that. How about this? Oh, I have a feeling a lot of people are not going to be a fan of what they've done with Vergil. I have a feeling people are gonna find that really, really annoying. But that depends on what they're gonna do in Season 2. If there is a Season 2, that is. Is he not supposed to be fucking dead? Oh, okay. You just decided to take your time a little bit before dying. That's fair. So they just... honestly, that had to have been a decision they made before that, because I feel like they wanted Dante to they wanted the main character to struggle, is what I think. And they figured if they write Dante through the games, they're not gonna exactly have that, but I don't feel like that's necessarily true, because again, the best story Devil May Cry ever had in games, honest to God, is probably Devil May Cry 2. No, not really, that's sarcasm. It's probably Devil May Cry 3. If you ask me. So, if they really, really wanted to adapt the origin story of Dante, why not just do Devil May Cry 3 and, like, get that over with? that's all you really needed to do. But no, I guess they wanted to do something original, and you know what? That's cool. That's cool and all. But I still feel like they kind of wasted an opportunity by doing what they did. And again, the whole political vibe the show had, I wouldn't have, like, I'm not exactly against political messages, right? I feel like that could be fun in its own way for shows. I just don't really feel like it really fits with Devil May Cry. Now, when I say political messages, what do you all think about? What do you guys think about when I say political messages in Devil May Cry? Because I assure you, it's probably exactly what you're thinking about. Humans are the real demons sometimes and all that. And again, that's something I think the game's kind of tried to cover with Devil May Cry 3, right? Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that's something the game really tried to do with Devil May Cry 3. And again, that's okay. That's not bad. I don't really mind that. But the way they went about it is, again, a political message about the American invasion of Iraq. In a way. Now, I will say it was an absolute joy to hear Kevin Conroy again. I'm gonna miss that dude. I probably would have finished the show for him alone. Because again, I fucking love that dude. I love his voice. It's really a shame he's not with us anymore. But yeah. Now, you might think I'm memeing here, okay? But I assure you, I am not memeing. In episode 1, I think, they showed Lucia, whatever her name is from Devil May Cry 2, and I was like, oh yeah, baby, let's go! We're so back! Devil May Cry 2 is here! Yes! Yeah! I was actually happy. Because again, I thought they were gonna be memeing, bro. I thought it was gonna be a comedy and good fun and all that, and good vibes, like Devil May Cry should be, but no. It wasn't that. Unfortunately, it really wasn't that. Which is a shame, such a wasted opportunity. I would have been so fucking happy if that was the case. Seriously, just hire the writers of like Grand Blue or Psyche K and let them cook with Devil May Cry, and we're gonna get like the best game ever. I think we're all going to agree on that as well. I think we're all going to agree that like comedy is when Devil May Cry is shining at its best. Have you watched DMC Netflix? Yeah, that's all I've been talking about so far, honestly. Only Miyazaki could get away with putting political messages in a story not relating to that. They could have like... I don't think the political message they tried to like give you and all that, I don't think that was too bad. Maybe a little forced. A little too cliche and expected, and again, the worst part is that political message did not impact any of the characters it should have impacted. I think that's part of what's bothering me so much. And if you finish the show, you probably know what I'm talking about. That's right, the last 5 minutes. What's that about? Did I just waste time watching a show? 'Cause that's what it feels like. Or, you know, just hire DMC writers. I don't mind them trying to do their own thing. I don't mind them trying to do their own spin on Devil May Cry, right? Was not expected, to be fair. I really I still think that we should get the characters we know, and at this point we know and love, and see them interact in a new story together. Like, again, the new characters they put in, the new characters for me, I have no idea if they're from like other media of Devil May Cry and all that. There's one guy that is named Enzo. There was the main villain, Rabbit, White Rabbit. He was actually really, really, really good. Again, the main villain is probably the strongest point of the show. But when you think about it, I think we can all agree that there's one villain in Devil May Cry that always steals the show with his contrast to Dante, because he's the only one that's making Dante go serious, and that's Vergil. So We can easily utilize my bro here. It's not even like I'm trying to be I'm different than y'all, but why is my first impression so bad? People in TikTok say it's peak, but I'm literally the opposite. Again, I think it's a decent show. I think it's a decent show if you've never watched or played Devil May Cry. I don't think it's a really good Devil May Cry show, again, because we have expectations for certain things and certain characters and the way they act, and it's not that. That's why I think people who never play Devil May Cry are gonna have a much better time watching it. They're still gonna have issues, I believe, with the writing and characters and all that. Some characters are just plain unlikable, in my opinion. Mary. In the version of the show. But they're gonna go into it not knowing who Dante is and not knowing how Dante is supposed to be acting and doing things. And they're gonna go, oh, this character is fun, this character is interesting, I have a good time. While people who did play Devil May Cry are gonna go, wait, that's not Dante, that's Nero. This is not my Dante. Not the one I remembered. Not the Dante I love and all that. And that's fair, that's what I went to. I just like accepted eventually that I am not watching the cool Dante character. Ouch, I'm not watching the cool Dante character acting. I am watching the cool Nero character from Devil May Cry 4. Pretend he's Dante from Devil May Cry 3. I can't imagine Dante not acting like an ass. It's not even like acting like an ass, okay. So when you see Dante, you know he's gonna do cool shit, you know he's gonna succeed, and you know he's gonna taunt the ever-living fuck out of whatever the fuck is in his way. You might have noticed I've said fuck a little too many times in that one sentence. That is a reference to the writing of Devil May Cry, the show. I'm not even joking. Remember that cool character I talked about before? Madam or girl or lady wannabe? So for some reason they decided that she should swear in every single sentence that she's saying. Every time she speaks, every time she talks, she has to swear. She has to say the word fuck. She has to say bullshit. You have to know she's cool and badass because she is swearing all the damn time. See how I mentioned damn right now? See, that's a different way of swearing, but it's still cool. Isn't it? It's still amazing. We're just gonna restart. I was not planning on dying here. Fuck. Guys, who are we shooting? Yeah, that moment made me laugh. That is the only moment in the show that made me laugh. For the first time, I see many character design. I'm literally, yeah, it's over. I actually didn't mind the character designs of most characters in the show. I felt like that was okay. That was not too bad. We got Anger, Issue, kinda Gen Z, Dante instead. Again, we got Nero. Just think about it for a second. We got Nero from Devil May Cry 4. We got a dude trying to do cool things and taunting and trying to be funny. And he is funny at times, but he fails. He gets his ass kicked. How did Dante put it in this game? Dead weight at certain moments. And worst of all, he was not even the main character, so he didn't get to develop. Again, I really wouldn't mind that change. If we got to see him develop, we got to see him develop into the Dante we love. We got to see him like learning through the things that he's doing. And maybe I actually really thought, I really expected them to make like cool references and basically make Dante like learn the different styles when he's playing the game. Think about that for a second. I thought like throughout the show there was gonna be a moment where something is gonna like hit him and absurdly overpowered looking attack and all that, and he's gonna go Royal Guard and just like deflect it or something, because that would have been funny, that would have been cool. You would have went, oh damn, people might think it's not serious, but I do that in the game all the time. It's so funny, it's enjoyable. They never did that. The only style so cool I'm gonna cope and claim they've used is Trickster, because bro was dodging and getting hit all the time. They had cool moments, they had cool action scenes, which I think is important, to be honest. They had really good cinematography and directing during certain sections, especially episode 2. I feel like episode 2 is probably the best episode in the show. Until the end, when Dante really fills out a character all of a sudden. Especially with the way to like certain things happen during the end there, and you go like, okay, no, that's not my Dante. That is not gonna do that. But then you go, oh, okay, so maybe they're trying to see how, like, he would grow from it and all that. But then he's making the exact same mistakes over and over again, not learning from anything. Kind of like a different character we had in Devil May Cry 4 at the beginning of 5. You know his name, right? It's Nero. I really wouldn't mind if they just made the show about Nero, to be honest. I feel like that would have maybe fixed a few things. They would have had more room for error. They could have made, like, a show about Nero and make Dante the cool uncle that shows up and all that during some moments. I think we all would have, like, enjoyed that a bit more, perhaps. Because they wouldn't even have to change the writing. It would have been the same character. With just a different name. They don't even need to, like, do anything else. Man, I can't believe they didn't use these tracks here. Or even the ranking system. I actually thought, like, again, maybe I should be the writer. I thought that during certain moments when Dante was, like, hitting enemies and all that, I thought he was gonna, like, try and yell the ranking that he has, because why not? Bro is a troll, right? Bro is here to have fun and all that. That's his character. So I actually expected him to, like, start hitting a lot of enemies and go smoking sexy styles and all that, but no, that never happened. Again, it's not the political message that I have a problem with in the show. I still think that's a little out of place, the way they did that with Devil May Cry. Maybe some people will agree with me as well, that it is. But I don't mind, like, them putting an interesting spin of their own on the writing. Especially if they have an interesting story to tell with it. For now, I don't feel like they really told a super interesting story. Again, I can just open Wikipedia and read about the war of America and Iraq, and I'd get the same message. In a way, I would get the same message. I am curious to see how they're gonna handle in Season 2 a few things, like Vergil and Dante, like, interactions and all that, because of the differences they chose to make. Because again, in the games, Vergil is the only person Dante takes seriously during fights and talks and all that. That's not exactly like that in the show, so what's gonna, like, make their dynamic more interesting? Like, what did they even mean by Mary saying, "You're too dangerous for humanity"? I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not gonna read the rest of it, but yeah, that was just stupid. Itay making a DMC anime confirmed. Bro, I would cook so fucking hard, okay? I would cook unbelievably hard if you give me the chance to, like, work with these characters, I swear to God. You're all gonna hate it. I would make Devil May Cry 2 the sequel. I would just troll everyone and everything. No, if I ever get to do something like this, which of course I won't, but, like, I'm just speaking for fun, because why not? I would make Dante the troll that he needs to be. Why is bro just standing here? Because I feel like with Dante, you want the character to be fun and enjoyable, but at the same time, you want him to be a little serious when he needs to be. And again, that's where his dynamic with Vergil really shines, because that's what he and Vergil's... That's the interactions they have, basically, if you would agree with that. Now, I am new to the games, but the fact that I did get to play them one after the other in such a short time, or, well, kind of a short time, I am kind of like... I have certain expectations I really want to, like, meet with these characters and their interactions and all that. Okay, I'm gonna say one thing. I don't think it's a spoiler, because it's unbelievably funny in the last episode. But basically, there's a moment. I've played the Devil May Cry, the, like, Bury the Light version of theirs, right? So basically, it happens when Vergil just enters the fucking room, and he's like, I'm not even joking. I died when I heard that. He enters the room and he's like, They will not expect a storm. I am that storm. And then they play, I am the storm that is approaching. That was unbelievably funny. And they wanted it to be a serious moment. I'm not even joking. I lost my fucking shit. When that came on screen, I could not believe. What the fuck are they doing? I could not believe that was an actual moment I've witnessed. What's next? Like, are we all some kind of Devil May Cry? And then Dante goes, I'm thinking I like that name. Is that gonna happen in season 2? Is that what they're planning? Also, yes, I was kind of pissed they never said Devils Never Cry or something of the sort. I love that when that happens. I always wait for that when the game finishes. Why couldn't they use this version, dude? This would have been sick. The tempo that this track has, you could direct such a magnificent fighting scene with this in the background. Holy shit. I'm devil triggering. Man, this could have been like such a love letter if they really wanted to take that direction. I get that they didn't. I get that probably the fans of the game weren't their target audience, and that's okay. They wanted to bring new blood into this and all that, but I still think they should have maybe respected a few things from the games, because there's a reason like people really like these particular things about the game. There is a reason it's there. Again, the ranking system, how could you not make fun of that? What about the community memes? The plastic chair, imagine if we got a plastic chair moment in the anime. Bro, I would have loved it so bad. It would have been so memeable, so fun. Because that's what you want out of Devil May Cry. You want it to be fun. I don't go into Devil May Cry expecting to get the next Attack on Titan story. I think we're all going to agree on that. Nobody's expecting that when it comes to Devil May Cry. We don't care about that shit. We're not exactly here for the beautiful story and heartwarming messages and all that. That's a bonus when it sticks. When it sticks. If it sticks. But we are here to have fun. And that's what the show should have tried to capture. That you having fun. But I don't feel like that was a focus of theirs. Is there going to be a season 2? With the way this ended, I feel like they want there to be a season 2. Because that wasn't a completed story by any means. Nothing really happened. Characters-wise. No character development whatsoever happened. I cannot stress that enough. Dante in episode 1 is the Dante you get at the end. So it's not like they were trying to tell a story of how he grows up and becomes the Dante you know and all that. That didn't happen yet. Same exact characters, you know. Like same exact character from episode 1. And shows that's usually a problem, because again, you want there to be a development. You want to go, oh okay, all of the episodes that I watched weren't for naught. They were for something. They mattered. As long as TikTok people happy, I think so. At least the animation is better than Half of Invisible 3. I haven't watched that, but animation wasn't bad at all, to be honest. Again, there is definitely talent there, and honestly, I do want there to be a season 2 because they can improve on so many things and actually make it more of a Devil May Cry show. I want there to be a season 2 because I want them to have another chance to improve on certain things. I do want that to happen. And exactly, no development in an entire season is kind of crazy for characters. There's one particular character that you'd thought would change, and they alluded to that, but in the final 5 minutes, they decided to throw that all away to make, and I'm convinced that is the only reason they did that. They decided to just, like, make a cliffhanger. That's all. That's all they wanted to do. They wanted to make a cliffhanger, to make people wish for a season 2, and I'm convinced that's the only reason the things that happened in the last 5 minutes happened. Because there's no other reason for them to write something like that, honestly. No reason whatsoever to put that in there. And again, that's just a shame. That this is like what dictates the way you write things and do things. And they wrote the character wanting her to be badass, but they really forgot making her likable. And worst of all, they forgot Dante is the main character. That really pissed me off. The amount of like things she did. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Mary in the show, they kind of forgot she's just a human. She was going toe to toe with Dante and all that in certain moments, and Dante was serious. When that happened in Devil May Cry 3, you could feel Dante is trolling. You could feel Dante is taking it easy because she's human and he doesn't really want to hurt her. That's part of the fun that you have with a character like Dante. But in the show, he was actually trying to go toe to toe with her, and for some reason she was the most overpowered thing in the entire show. Which really annoyed me, again, just because she's a human. I would have actually vibed with it, and I thought they were gonna do that. I thought they were gonna go, oh, she was experimented on in this new version. And she's, I don't know, she has a bit of demon blood in her, or some shit like that. I don't know. And that would explain it, and I actually would really click with it. Because if you are taking liberties, at least make them cool. But no, she's just human, and it's like, then why are you so powerful like my boy? What am I missing? Like, couldn't you make the season longer or something? I don't think a longer season would have really, saved the things that needed to be saving. Oh, now I understand the main character is Mary and Rabbit all along. Yeah, exactly. It's a story about Mary and Rabbit. Again, the best way I could put this show, the best way I could sell this show to anyone is once again, just call it Devil May Cry starring Mary, featuring Nero from Devil May Cry 4 cosplaying as Dante from Devil May Cry 3, because you would just, you immediately know what you need to expect. You expect Nero to be there, but he's trying to pretend he's Dante, and you expect Mary to be the main character. And she gets to do all of the cool shit, pretty much, with Dante just like hanging in the background. And again, if this was like from the beginning classified as a Mary story, I don't think I would have had a problem with it as much, if at all, to be honest, because I would have gone into it expecting, oh, okay, so this isn't a story about Dante or, well, Nero, this is a story about the origin of Mary. And I would have, yeah, I would have been fine with it, because again, I would have expected it to be this way. And now it's gonna, we're gonna make sushi on screen here for now. I am that storm, oh my fucking god, I couldn't believe that he actually said that. What's next? Next season, I think he's gonna pull up and be like, I am reclaimer of my name, Dante. And Dante's gonna be like, no way, you were born in flames, but I have been blessed. And then Nero is gonna say, Nero's gonna come into the show as well, and he's gonna be like, my family crest is a demon of death. And that's gonna be absolute fucking cinema. Netflix, feel free to hire me. You know my email. I talked to you before, you just never answered. I really am a fucking lady. Yeah, she would say that. She would say, maybe she did say that. Again, she was swearing every single sentence because she's cool. And cool people swear. Every time they get a chance to. If you don't say fuck when you could, even when you couldn't, you just say fuck when you feel like saying fuck. That makes you cool. That's what Devil May Cry is all about. I don't even have anything I want to buy. Fuck. No fucking abilities. Gonna go fucking back. Damn it. Bullshit. Oh, it had some Marvel writings during certain sections. You gotta, like, prepare yourself for it, because I cringed kind of hard at times. Like, for example, there was a moment where, you know the classic, we go into a building and you gotta watch out for some bull, and then everything, all the doors are shut, and then you finish the sentence, it's like, shit. Yeah, that was a moment for sure. That was one of the writing things I've seen on screen. Oh, another thing that really annoyed me. I'm gonna go and like compliment the show in a bit, okay? I feel like I'm saying too many bad things, and that's not fair because again, I do think the show is decent enough to get a second season and to complement. And I do again think that if you are not a Devil May Cry fan, you're gonna have a really good time with it, and that's not a bad thing. That's like, they were aiming for different crowds and all that. I'm not gonna bitch about that. So I will compliment the show in a second here. But another thing that kind of annoyed me, you know how like in the games, aside from the styles that I mentioned before that I thought Dante was gonna pick up as he goes, he also gets cool weapons and he's like alternating between them. That did not happen in the show. Every time a demon from the game showed up or he defeated a strong looking demon, I thought he was gonna like get their actual weapons and he's gonna like start mixing it and using it in the game, in the show as he went on, and build up his arsenal and all that. But no, that never happened. That actually never happened in the show. He used a different weapon for a little bit, but that's just it, for a little bit. They also made a really, really strange decision with Nero. Not Nero, with Vergil. That again, I have a feeling a lot of people are not going to like if they play the games. Because I think it's kind of problematic with if they ever want to do Devil May Cry 5 in a way. I don't think that's gonna click, but you know, there's a second season. They could retcon a lot of things. They could go so many ways. Again, that's why I'm curious with a season 2, because they could really, really fix things if they wanted to. They could change things if they wanted to. Make things different and more like the game if they really wished. Which is why I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with the second season, so yeah. Now let's go and compliment the show a bit. So I mentioned like the visuals, I think they're phenomenal. I like the character design in the show. I felt like it was really faithful to how most things should look. I didn't really click with Dante's Devil Trigger look. I felt like that was too weird, honestly. But it could have been worse. So that's a minor nitpick, to be honest. Not too bad. Not bad at all, honestly. So, yeah. Visuals, voice acting, mostly fine. Mostly fine. There are some characters, some deliveries I've had issue with. Thankfully, not with Dante or. I did have a little problem with Mary, to be honest. But the vice president in the show, we're gonna call him Joe Biden because he really reminded me of Joe Biden as a vice president for some reason. But yeah. CGI is not that bad either. It did have a few moments where like I went, oh wait, this is kind of weird. This is kind of out of place. But yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. I wouldn't like cry about it. Devil may cry about it at all. It was fine. It got a pass from me. I do think certain sections could have been directed a lot better. There's like a highway chase sequence and all that they could have really went creative with it, especially again with a character like Dante. I'm trying to think here if there's any other moments I felt that way. I think in the last episode there's like a few moments they could have directed better as well, action-wise, but mostly it was fine. Why do people hate CGI so much in shows? Usually because CGI looks really out of place sometimes, and when it's cheap, you really feel like it's cheap. It's usually a go-to technique after all to save a bit of time and all that, but I personally don't really mind if it looks like Chainsaw Man, for example, or Attack on Titan Season 4 Part 2. I felt like the CGI there was really good in both of those shows and sections. I really didn't mind the use of CGI there. I was actually a fan of it during certain sections because CGI gives you a more power with camera angles and all that. So I do like CGI when done correctly, but it can look a little too goofy at times, and that could take you out. I don't feel like that was necessarily a chance here, though. I felt like the CGI was fine. I don't have a problem with that. What more can I say? Oh yeah, episode 6 I believe it was, with the main villain and all that. I cannot stress enough, I really enjoyed the main villain in the show. I thought he was, like, written really well. I thought he was written really well. I did think they even made a really good point for his motivation and all that. Problem is, again, I don't feel like Devil May Cry should make me go, maybe demons are not so bad after all. Maybe demons are just like us. I don't feel like that's the point of Devil May Cry. So that felt a little weird. That actually really like undermined the character of Sparta in a way. But again, it's the character of Sparta from the games and not from the show when you really think about it. Because part of what makes Sparta so special in these games is that he was a demon, but he was a good demon, right? And there's not a lot of good demons, which is what makes him really different and a legend and all that. So yeah. Nobody hates the CGI in solo leveling because they know how to make it seamless. Yeah, true. Again, CGI works when it's done correctly. And in this show, in Devil May Cry, they really didn't do too bad. They could improve for sure, but not a killer. I clicked with it. I vibed with it. The animation was not a problem for me at all. I enjoyed it. Again, this is why I do want them to have another season and maybe do things differently. They could do interesting things in the second season if they learn from their mistakes easily. Beginning with, again, actually developing their characters. I would really like that. I do not mind seeing Dante fail, because that's a different Dante for me. It may feel like Nero, and we're gonna have to see how they're gonna do Nero if they ever decide to put him in the show. Because he can't be the same character. That's a problem if that happens. So I am curious to see what they're gonna do about him. But they have to make Dante learn from his mistakes and again develop him, and that would be fine, I think. I really wouldn't mind seeing Dante learn from his mistakes and all that. I thought for certain they were gonna do an episode covering his backstory and all that. They chose not to do it in this season, probably saving it for later, if they get it later. But I felt like the first season should be about Dante and not about Mary. But again, that's my biggest issue with the show, honestly. If I had to pick my biggest problem, yeah, it's Dante not being the main character. After the live, I'm gonna... Yeah, you should. You really should watch it, and you should decide for yourself what you think about it, because again, I think it's decent. I cannot stress that enough. It's a decent show. Some moments are gonna make you, like, roll your eyes, for sure. For sure. But it's a decent show. It's not unwatchable. It's not the worst thing that ever was created and all that. It's decent. I do feel like people should watch it and decide for themselves what they think about it, because at the end of the day, this is how feedback happens. This is how creators learn. Who knows what happened behind the scene? Like, for all we know, they went, oh, should we do this? I don't know, let's try and see what people think, and then we'll decide about our direction. We don't know what happened behind the scenes. So again, I feel like it's really fair to like give them the feedback, constructive feedback, and not go, oh, this shit fucking sucks balls, never cook ever again, and all that, like some people are being about it. This is not how you give criticism. This is not how you get to see things change, and this is how you pick wars up. This is how you make people go, no, but I really like it, so you don't matter. This is not how you have a healthy conversation with anyone. If you want the creators to actually listen to you and change, you have to be constructive about what you're saying, you have to be understanding, you have to go, I didn't like it, maybe some other people did, and that is made for them, and that's okay. And maybe other people will actually agree with you. Maybe they'll go, oh, I actually liked it, but what you're saying is correct. I want them to do that. I want them to go with this direction. And there you go, everybody wins, as long as they listen. That's a perfect world that I'm mentioning. If Mary still sides with the governor, I don't think that's gonna happen. If I'm being honest with you, again, I think the only reason they did that is because they wanted to end on a cliffhanger. If I had to guess, based on the writing they did in this show or like this particular season, you're gonna see a lot of decisions being like removed immediately in the first or second episode. If I had to guess, of like the second season. Again, I do not want to spoil anything for people who haven't watched. I do not want to ruin the show for them. I want them to experience it for themselves, which is why I'm not going into ultra-specific details here. But I do have a feeling they did what they did to be able to show the consequences, if that makes any sense, in the beginning of the first episode of the second season. And those consequences are going to resonate with the doubts a certain character should have, and that character is gonna go, oh god, what have I done? I have to fix this. This is probably what they're aiming for. Again, it's Netflix 101. It's Cinema 101, if you want to get into it. This is probably the vibe they're trying to do here, but this is part of the reason I'm mad, because I did not want it to be a cliche. I wanted it to be fun, and I feel like they should really lean into that. Now, they can't just abandon everything they decided to do. I admit, they cannot do that. I don't want them to do that. That would feel like a cop-out. That would feel really bad. It's, if you played Halo, for some reason, that's what Halo with 343 is doing every single one of their games. Every single new game of theirs, they go back on what they were trying to do, and they're trying to, like, appease fans, and it's horrible. Because they don't get to tell a story at all when they do it this way. So I don't want them to take that direction at all. I want them to stick to what they were trying to do, but I want them to listen to feedback. Watch it for Dante and Rabbit, skip all Mary scenes. That is my advice. I think you should watch it beginning to end, as it should be. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you won't like it. Who knows what they're gonna do in the second season. Again, all of what we're saying could be easily fixed. They could easily take that criticism and listen to it, and it could be good. It could be good. Again, they just forgot to make her likable. I know that sounds weird, but they forgot to make a character likable. And again, that could be fixed by showing remorse, by doing things different, by showing the character learn. And please, for the love of God, by nerfing the character, she's only human. They really need to, like, decide the power scale properly in this in the show, in my opinion. They really need to decide what's what and all that. It doesn't make sense for some characters to be as powerful as they are. What the fuck is happening? When are you going to release a real God of War? I cannot work on it right now. I've mentioned that a couple of times. I just cannot. I don't know if I could release it this year. I don't know if I could even release it in the next 3 years. I have no idea. I do not want to promise anything. And again, the most important bit, I do not feel like working on it. I really don't, and I don't want to force myself. When I finally have some amount of free time in my life, I do not want to do things I don't feel like doing. You have no idea how rare it is to get actual free time when you're a student in university. And I fucking hate this enemy. Ow. Actually, I'll go double trigger, why not? What? Damn! He assassinated me. Okay, that's kinda cool. I'm gonna give him that. That's kinda cool. So, Delta. Oh, yeah, that was really phenomenal to hear about, actually. Finally! Some news. I was so happy. We'll play it here on stream when it finally releases. Chapter 2 was really well done. Really, really well done. Like God of War adaptation, but the director literally can't even play the games. Are you serious? Some people are not really clicking with games. Some people are finding them really hard. I feel like he should have worded that better. I feel like he should have stated if he's planning on playing the games with someone else, because again, not playing the game simply means you don't hold the controller, but if you still study the source material, you still get to experience the games, you still appreciate what the games are for, then I really don't have a problem with it. My sisters, for example, they are not really clicking with games. They have a hard time coordinating with a controller for some reason. A lot of people are like that. I don't mind. What do you think about the Fallout show? I am not a Fallout fan, so I haven't watched the show as well. What are you studying in university? I am studying computer science. Fuck me. Which means I mostly do math. I do a lot of fucking math. At least watch a full cutscene of character. I think he's doing that, to be fair. I don't think he's gonna go into it not knowing who Kratos is and what he's all about. Maybe he has advisors who do that for him and all that. Again, I believe... I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give it a chance. I don't want to be negative about things in advance, you know? That just, like, ruins it for you before you even begin, before you even start. Who knows? And you know what? Some people are so talented, I'm not even joking, some people are so talented that not watching the source material and all that are gonna make a better adaptation for them, because they're gonna go into it freely. With a new interesting take and all that. Again, we need to be with an open mind when it comes to these things. When it comes to cinema, there's no right or wrong. Maybe it won't be a good adaptation, like Devil May Cry, but it could still be a good show. And a good and interesting take of its own. Give it a shot, who knows? Might be awesome. Not everyone is starting with games, and again, I feel like that's really fair. Not everyone is a gamer. Imagine, like, someone who never ever played games in their life doing this boss, for example. Someone who's not into games at all, trying to, like, even figure out what's happening on screen right now. And what buttons to press to make this happen. It's not hard if you play the game, you know that, right? I'm holding forward and pressing Y. It's not like I'm doing something noteworthy here, but for someone who never played games, try explaining this. Try explaining what just happened on screen. For someone who never ever touched a game in his life. Try explaining to them why I'm keeping my distance right now and running away, and what happened to all the bubbles. And how did I just teleport into an enemy and all that. The last time some people played games, especially like older people, is Super Mario on the NES, so... This is quite the jump from that. Quite a bit of a jump, I would say. Will you burn me to death? You should be dying. Is he going to be dying? Is he, Okay then. What do you think about the Minecraft movie? I've heard it's one of the worst movies that came out. That's, I thought the trailer was memeable enough, but if the movie's horrible, then that shit is gonna be really, really fun to watch. Just to, like, hate on it, probably. Probably. Good luck in university, and I wish for you the best. Thank you. I really need the good luck part. 3 more missions, guys, and we're done with the Vergil playthrough. Gameplay itself often reflects the character's personality, so people who play the game and those who just watch Let's Plays are gonna have different takes on the character sometimes. While this is true, I feel like with Devil May Cry it's, even... How do I even go describing it? Because, like, I feel like you could look at Vergil and the way he's fighting here and in cutscenes, and you could understand the way the character acts and does things very well, but when it comes to Dante, there are so many playstyles one player could adapt that I don't feel like that's necessarily deciding his personality. Quite the contrary, I feel like what's deciding his personality is the fact that he even can do all of those cool things. Right? Like with Dante, you have Royal Guard style for people. Some people like switching style. Some people are like me when they like the Trickster, being able to teleport all over the place, dodge things, go back, forward, switch a weapon, go back in, gauntlets and all that. Styles are really, really different. And I don't feel like you have to play the game to necessarily get that, but you would probably have to talk to someone who played the games and ask them a lot of questions and analyze the gameplay as they play and all that. That's if you really want to get into the role and the writing and understanding properly, which they should do. They should honestly do if they're making a show about it. But I do not want to gatekeep, is what I'm saying. I didn't want them to make a show that only people who enjoyed it. Bro, what the fuck is happening to this help? I didn't want them to make a show that only people who play Devil May Cry will enjoy. Nor did I really want them to make a show that only people who didn't play the game will enjoy. I wanted them to find a good mix between the two. I wanted them to make a show both newcomers and people would enjoy, and I thought the best way of doing that was taking the characters you already know and love and basically make an origin story for them. Is that what they're aiming for? I don't know. I don't know. That's not the vibe I got from the first season, unfortunately. But who knows? They could change again. Keep an open mind. Flint and steel. Bro, their delivers in that trailer and movie were so funny. For the wrong reasons. They were funny for the wrong reasons. I think I've seen the chicken jockey clip and I went like, bro, what the fuck is that? Oh, you might think I'm dead, demon me. But unfortunately for you, I am the main character. I also thought this was gonna happen, bro. It just keeps reminding me on things. I actually thought in the show there was gonna be one moment where when Dante's like down and he's like, Vergil, you hurt or something, and you go, oh shit, he's gonna lose, and then bro would just pull up a gold orb and be like, nope. I'm all good, the fuck you want. Man, so many cool references and jokes they could have made if they wanted to. They probably didn't think about it, to be honest. Again, these are things you would only probably think about if you played the game start to finish a couple of times and it's stuck in your head. Did you ever play Resident Evil game? And if you did, what is the best game in your opinion? I've never played the Resident Evil game. Not that I remember, at least. Maybe I tried one when I was younger. Maybe. Itay, will you have time to play those or when it releases? We'll play it here on stream as long as it takes, honestly, but I am hyped for it. Mission 18. Oh, next mission is gonna be either Vergil versus Vergil, which I don't think is gonna be the case, but that's gonna be really funny if so. Or Vergil versus Dante, which is gonna be interesting. I'm interested in seeing what they adapt for this playthrough. I say this asshole is back. That's for making me remember shit. I don't know. The lore did not really decide what they wanted to do before this game. Again, we can all agree Devil May Cry was never like strong on the story part. But just appeal of the characters that came with it, honestly. I should have done before. Being a pirate has been sounding real tempting lately, to be honest. I'm usually, I don't really like pirating games. I feel bad when I do it. The only like time I'd tell someone to pirate a game, honestly, is when the game's not available. Like on a modern platform. And you kind of have to resort to emulators and all that. But usually I'd prefer to buy the game, that way I get to complain about it. I don't feel like I deserve to complain about the game if I at least didn't like buy it. Oh yeah, for sure. If it's Ubisoft or EA or some dumb company like that, that you already know the product is not gonna be working most of the time, and you want to play the game for some reason, yeah, sure, pirate it. I wouldn't feel bad about it at all. I just don't really play any Ubisoft games or EA, so I don't really have that concern ever happening. But I feel like I don't have that concern because I buy the games that I actually want to play, right? So I actually have to think if I want to buy a game or not, and not just dump my credit card on the screen and be like, yeah, take it. Can I recommend you a game? Sure you can. I cannot promise that I'll immediately play it, but of course you can. Heck, I cannot even promise that I will play it, but recommending things is never hurting anyone. Maybe it's a good thing I'm not the writer for Devil May Cry. I would have made a joke about the camera in the older titles as well. I would have like made certain camera angles be a little weird and make Dante comment on that. That's like, he cannot see anything. That would have been a little too cringe and meta, so it's a good thing I am not writing that joke. Metal Gear Rising, phenomenal game. I still wish we could have gotten Metal Gear Rising 2, but we need to be realistic and realize that's not gonna happen. Oh, you just reminded me of something else. So the vice president in the Devil May Cry show, I cannot even begin to describe how much I wished that dude would turn out to be like Senator Armstrong. I actually thought in the first episode that eventually Dante is gonna go head to toe with the vice president 1v1 Raiden versus Armstrong style. I was actually sure that was gonna well, not sure. I was really hoping that would happen. I was like, I thought he was gonna be like a secret devil hunter or some shit, and he's gonna be siding with the demons or something like that, and then Dante is gonna be not taking him seriously, just to find out that that bro can actually fuck. And I really wanted that to happen. I thought that was gonna be so funny. We're having a Vergil moment happening on screen here. I feel like writing like that would have really... Again, Devil May Cry is not a show nor game, and I've said that a lot of times. It's not games I want to take seriously. It's not games I really don't want the writers to take seriously. I want there to be serious moments for sure, again, like Metal Gear Rising had. And a message is can still be delivered, kind of like Metal Gear Rising. Remember the message of Brazilians can double jump? I think that was really powerful. No, that game had messages. Heck, that game predicted the state of America years before, like, current events. Hunt Showdown 1896. I think I have a friend who's really into that. I believe he played it a couple of times and wanted me to join him, but it looked a bit slow for my liking, if I remember right. Maybe I'm mixing up the game now. Again, usually when you buy games, you really have to think about what game you play and buy and all that, especially because when free time is not a thing, you have to realize, no! Can you guys come down here? Okay, my bad. Oh, will you? No, you're still... Okay, I'll make my way to you, don't worry. Hi, I'm back. Thank you for waiting. Oh, now you go down? Now? Really? Really? Well, let's just get back up here. Imagine if we got a Dante versus a politician on like a skyscraper or something. That would have been insane. That would have been, again, it would have been fun. Maybe not exactly the most political message they wanted to like bring you, but that would have been so fun. And I feel like this is the switch I want them to make with a second season. I want them to go, okay, we are going to make a show, you watch and you have fun. That's what I want them to aim for. I want them to aim for fun. That would capture the feeling of playing these games. Fun. Unless you're adapting Devil May Cry 2, and then we need to talk about it. Then I would recommend a slight different approach if you want to feel the vibe of the original game. Redditor versus Trump. Pretty much. Anything that got you hyped in the Nintendo Direct. I am so hyped to buy a game for $80. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have not watched the Direct. I did not have time to watch it. Unfortunately, so I didn't get to do that. I heard they upped the price on all games, which is mind-boggling for me. Because I'm already not vibing with the $70 per game that we already have. I don't like that change, so forget like more. Really, really not liking that. So, no. But I know it's Nintendo and they don't give a shit. Honestly, that's the reason. They don't give a fuck. They do whatever they want. Opinion on Duskbloods. What the fuck is a Duskblood? Silksunk is coming. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Enough. Enough coping. Okay, enough. Please. Guys, enough. You need to, like, move on. Okay, move on. Move on. I know you all claim collectively that, oh, we saw a confirmation and we saw a trailer and I released that. That happened 6 years ago as well. Guys, enough. Stop coping. Please. Please. Move on. Take your medication. Please. Take your medication. It's gonna be okay. I assure you, it's going to be okay. You have to forget. You have to move on. It's not your fault. Why is that Kane still here? Oh, okay. Oh, could not see anything because of the explosions. Ow. No, wrong weapon. Ow, I'm getting cooked. Of all enemies that are going to cook me. Not these ones. Oh, I actually thought we would see them in the show too, but no, they never showed up. To be fair, I really wished someone told me that before, so I'm gonna, like, say that to you instead. Do not go into the show expecting you're gonna see a lot of Vergil, okay? Because I remember people said that Vergil is gonna be in the show, and that made me really, really happy. Really, really happy. But, like, no. Okay, Vergil is not really in the show. Barely. He has a few cameos, we're gonna call it, but don't go expecting him to be a main character in the show. Same for Dante. Do not go expecting Dante to be a main character in the show. Already talked about that, though. He has cameos, like, he has cameos, he's there. Doesn't really do anything, doesn't really do any impact. He's probably being saved for the second season. So just keep that in mind. Because I was really, like, looking forward to each and every episode. I was going, okay, is this when he's gonna show up? Is this when he's gonna show up? Is this when he's gonna do something? Maybe now he's gonna do something. No, okay? You gotta remember that. You just gotta remember that. You just have to make sure to remember. Is that the Nightmare's gonna show up? There you go, he should show up now, right? I'm keeping my thing. Guess who's back, motherfucker? So the main character is Lady. The main character is Mary. That's not Lady. Lady's not in the show. That's Madam. The Lady is not in the show. You have to keep that in mind, okay? She's not there. She never showed up. She probably got, like, I don't know. She was busy doing other things. She was playing Devil May Cry 2. If you want to be specific. She couldn't make it up. They got someone else. Same for Dante. He was too busy replaying Devil May Cry 2 as well. And they had to get Nero to be there instead of him. It's quite unfortunate, really, but he tried his best, okay? Nero really tried his best to make it work. He did. He gave it his best shot. Couldn't really do much about it. John Vergil is there, right, though? About that, yeah. Well, understand? Yeah, that's what I have to say about that. Okay, wait. Mission 19. Either we get Vergil versus Vergil, or we get Dante versus Vergil. I'm hyped. What do I do here? Do I get an actual cutscene, maybe? No, I don't get an actual cutscene. Look at the chair. I really wanted this chair to be. I really wanted this chair to be in a cutscene, man. Shit. Shouldn't it? Wait, I just noticed. Shouldn't we switch places? Cutscene wise, like I was sitting in that chair, not Dante. Why is he close to it and not me? Okay, I'm hyped actually for this fight. I'm really looking forward to see what they're gonna do here. Please don't tell me that I'm gonna like try to do cool shit and it's gonna go Royal Guard and that would be over for me. I will cry if that happens. He just did. just did it! Did you hear that? This bitch! Holy shit, this fucking cunt! And he said that again! Why did I teleport to you? You should have... Again, stop saying that. I have PTSD every time I hear that shit. You see this Dante though? Even though he's fighting like Vergil, he's having fun, you can tell. That's what they missed about in the show. All of these style switching, all of that. I felt like they really missed the opportunity. Man, I fucking love the soundtrack here, man. This is such a cool fight. And him like using his style as well. I'm glad they did it. I'm glad it's not just like me fighting against myself again for some reason. I can't even dodge out of that, man. That's cool. Stop saying Royal Guard, please. He said that again. Man, for this fight you actually have to lock in. Well, 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 cool Dante character. Royal Guard this, motherfucker. I hear you saying Trickster, that's not going to help. By the way, if he just stood in place and I would have like heard over and over again, Royal Guard, and his health would have stayed the same, I would have legit begun crying. I would have legit like started crying, okay? Not even joking. Ow. Fucking cunt. Oh, that's so cool when that happens though. When like hit each other at the same time. I'm gonna do like the same way I respected Vergil, I'm gonna respect Dante and I'm gonna do give up and we'll try again. Worst case scenario, we'll start using orbs. Is this normal or some? I don't remember, but it's not normal. It should be the difficulty above it. It should be the difficulty above it. Can you go quickly to mission 19 just for the cheer? Okay, yeah. I need to go main menu, I think, right? And I need to do mission select. I fucking love that. He looks so bored. I love that. Okay, so I need to go Devil Hunter for a second. No, we're still on Vergil. No! I forgot to switch. Okay, main menu. We need to do mission select here. Nero. Oh no, wait. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's okay. We were on Nero Dante V. Let's get the cutscene here. Let's do it. This is for the chair, people. We want to see the chair in real time. Let's see it. Let's do it. Come on. I can't believe this isn't canon, dude. If they make another game, it should be.
Hey, Vergil. Your portal opening days are over. Give me the Amato.
If you want it, then you'll have to take it. But you already knew that.
I had a feeling you'd say that.
I'm so glad the chair doesn't disappear, so it's just there.
Hard to say. It's the only memory I have of us since we were kids.
How did they not do this in the show, man?
Time to finish this, Vergil.
The plastic chair is just standing there. One of the biggest lies in video game histories is also like the smile. That smile meme thing. Don't you expect that to be like the truth? To be the actual smile in the game? Him just like turning around from plastic chair. Smiling. With the sword. Why is he clapping? What is he doing? I fucking love that they're just chilling like this in the mission background. Oh, the camera angle switched as well. Okay, Vergil, son of Sparta. Mission 19. I like to think Vergil is still a exactly. He just like found a random fucking chair in a house and decided, well, that's good enough. I'm gonna take it with me. And he just decided that's his chair for the whole game. An actual gamer chair. Ah, you little fucking twat. Do not switch to Royal Guard. Ah. Bitch. Oh, there you go. Oh, fuck me. Why do you get to cancel me, you Royal Guard motherfucker? Ooh. That's so cool when that happens. Will I get another hit? Nope. Oh, no, I cannot dodge. I tried. When he gets the combo going, he gets it fucking going. I fucking love the soundtrack though. Oh, don't go away. Oh, I should not have jumped. Well, we're about to go down. He's taunting me! Royal Guard this, you fucking piece of shit. How about that? I'm not trying to just do this over and over again, but that works. Royal Guard this, how about that? Twad. Not working for you, is it? Motherfucker. Never mind. I apologize. I would like to apologize, Dante. I did not mean to talk so much shit. Probably not gonna... Yeah. I should have figured he's not gonna let me get away with it again. Oh, I kinda wish I got that hit before him. Oh, he has the motorcycle! I was curious. Okay, we're gonna do Gold Orb. I was curious if it was gonna, like, kill it out. I think the plastic chair is one of the biggest gaming lies ever. I actually, like, half it... Not really, but I kind of expected it to be in the game some way or another. You're on fire? Oh yeah, baby. How about this? Where's the fire now, motherfucker? Dodge this. Parry this, you filthy casual. I really want to do Judgment Cut End on him. I really want to see how he's gonna react to it. I swear to God, if he's actually just going... Who the fuck gave you a license, motherfucker? Bro, chill. I don't remember me playing like that. At least try to be lore accurate, okay? Miss your shots every once in a while. Go double trigger and do absolutely nothing with it. That would be very lore accurate for me. Ah, fuck, I let him fall down. He deflected. He just Royal Guard my projectiles. I think I'm cooked. And he has the no, no. You should never fucking drive. Get off the road. Get off the fucking road, Dante. Do not Royal Guard. Keep on dodging. No. Again, he did that again. He did that again. The audacity of this dude. Yeah, no, this is not the same character from the show, just so we're clear. Yeah, no, this ain't the same character at all. Ah, I was hoping to get that in. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. I should probably keep my distance from that. Look at this. You don't want... Yeah, I do not want to fuck with that. Breakdancing motherfucker. Breakdancing demonable. Oh shit, he can turn around. Did he just baseball bat me? Twad? You really think that's gonna be over, Dante? I'm gonna do the exact same trick I did with you. You're hearing that motherfucker say come here. Man, this fight is so good actually. For some reason, Devil May Cry always shines. Always. During the human on human fights, when you really think about it. Devil May Cry 3, for example, the fight against Vergil is probably the best fight in the game. One of the best in the franchise as well. Well, time to fucking die, Dante. It's always when it's like these two brothers 1v1ing when the games are really shining. This dude just go devil form to use the motorcycle. Yeah, half human, half devil fights. But even Lady in Devil May Cry 3 was a good fight from what I remember. So what's gonna happen now? Do I fight Nero? It's gonna be interesting if the fight is not like... Oh, okay, we have a cutscene? Wait! We get a cutscene! Oh, cool, okay.
It's my son.
He didn't say anything.
Yeah, dumbass. You can't remember through that thick skull.
I'm interested. Okay, okay.
Well, well. That was a long time ago.
You have quite a bit of child support and taxes to
I
pay.
guess you were young once too. As much as I'd love to hear that story, I think it's about time we
Ended this.
Okay. So is Nero still going to pull up? Really curious. Ooh, okay, okay. Alright, Nero. Drop in and let's fucking dance. Let's do it. And now he's gonna drop in. He's not dropping in! Okay. Okay, this is fucking cool. Holy shit. Okay, 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 okay. I feel it, baby. With Buried Alight in the background. Holy fuck, I feel it so much. Oh, damn. This is cool as fuck. He's even using all of his weapons finally. And he's doing that stupid fucking sound. Oh yeah, this is cool as fuck. This is cool as shit. This is cool as fuck, bro. Dante locked in, yeah, okay. This is what the final should have been, I'm gonna be honest. This is like what the final actually should have been between these two. Holy hell. Not being an automated fight at the end here is really cool. I'm going to restart this. This deserves a restart. This is such a cool mission. I was really wondering how they were gonna do that. This is such a smart idea. This is how I wanted the game to end originally. This is what they should have done. This is honestly what they should have done from the beginning. This cutscene, everything. This was perfect. Actually perfect. Actual perfection. I don't think I can even skip it. Oh yeah, you can. Actual perfection. I don't know what to tell you. Actual fucking perfection. Yeah, I don't want to get the first shot in. Noted. I think they already knew just how good of a track they made here. I wanted to immediately dash down there. Oh, this remix is gonna go so hard. Like, the Duel is an awesome song, don't get me wrong. It's probably the best normal track in the game as well. But you ending this with Bury the Light 1v1ing Dante, yeah, this is what it should have been. I wouldn't mind if they made a Dante version of this mission too. Maybe it would have been with Subhuman in the background, but still. That's the name, right? Subhuman. Don't hit my fucking stomach, you twat. Counter it! No! No, I wanted to dodge back! Back. That works. Every time he says Royal Guard, I am legit terrified. Is this what it feels like to be an actual normal demon fighting Dante? I'm gonna restart one more time out of respect. And if it doesn't work out, we'll try reviving as usual. But no, that deadweight Nero just had to step in. What would you give this game out of 10? Man, it's a really good action game. Really good action game. It's not my preferred control scheme type when it comes to a lot of things, but it's still so good. I would give it like a 9.5, honestly. This is a phenomenal game. It's really well made. And then V had to come along. Bro! Do not pull that shit in front of me. You don't get to do that. Man, he fucking locks in though. He locked the fucking... Bro woke up and was like, no. And you heard that Royal Guard shit, right? You know what he's planning. Oh no, I wanted to teleport backward. Can you not? The second he hits the ground, yeah, he's pretty much... He knows he's fine. Oh, back. I cannot lock when I do this. Oh mama. I am not the stone that is approaching. I am the stone that is backing away really slow because I'm terrified. You actually have to lock in this fight. I love that. Again, for some reason, they always do the 1v1 fights so magnificently well when it comes to these games. Ah, too early. I thought, like... I think they're kind of waiting on it. It's probably, like, an early planning of theirs as well to just make this fight happen. I think I'll do what I wanted to do before. I'll wait, and we'll try to do Judgment Cut on this motherfucker. I can't do it now, though, because he will punish. Him just walking towards you menacingly like that. Okay, maybe now. No! I thought he was gonna stay away. He's too smart. Did we just pull the same move at the same time? Oh. What's the vote, guys? Should I retry the mission from... Okay, you know what? One final time. He deserves the respect. He deserves it. V's the 0.5 taken off the game. Exactly. His sections were just too horrible for me. Too boring for me. One final retry, because I gotta respect the man. I gotta give him the utmost respect of all enemies in this game. Of all enemies, he deserved it. Man, why did they have to cook so hard? Come on, what, Dante? Be specific. That's a fuck ton of damage. Don't pull that shit again on me, dude. Oh, okay. Okay, my bad. I apologize. I would like to apologize. Oh, recovery time is a thing. I cannot teleport. He didn't let me do anything. Bro, he didn't let me move. He just decided that I don't get to play during all of this. This is when I should have pulled Judgment Card if I had it. The sound is sick. Oh yeah, yes! Got it. Oh no, he's baiting me into that. I swear to God, he's actually baiting me into this combo every time. Maybe I should lock him into my own combo for a bit. If he'd even let me, that is. Just a bit more. I think we're gonna go Devil Trigger though. And not wait on Judgment Card if we do get it. Do not! Okay, I barely did any damage to him, but it's about time we end this. I think this game can also be better with some extra quality of life, being able to choose the character you want to play with in story missions after you complete it for the first time. Yeah, that could be it. Loading wise, I didn't really feel it. Alright. Let's do this shit. Actually, do we want to, Oh, that still hits? I kinda wish my clone would continue to attack him though as I dodge her. Okay, Judgment Cut is just about ready. And I really want to pull Judgment Cut on this fucking asshole. I really do. But I have to wait to lock him into it. And not make the same mistakes as before. I don't think he's gonna let me now. I'll try. Did it? Oh yeah! Do not! That's terrifying, dude. Do not pull an RPG like that on someone. You don't get to do that. Oh! Look at that big chunk of damage that this bro is doing. Ah, I thought... Oh man. Those are my mistakes, to be honest. That's what I liked about this one. Oh, how much damage is he doing, though? Okay, do you want to come down, little buddy? No? Oh, okay. What the fuck are you doing? I don't remember me ever doing that. That's a me issue, though. Okay, okay. I see we're still having fun. That's healthy. Hello. Ah, I thought I dodged out of that. Oh, that didn't dodge. Do not Royal Guard. Do not. I'm just waiting for him to pull up his moves. Oh. Really? Well, what's the plan, cool Dante character? What are we doing? Is that what we're doing? Again? If I fuck up once here, I'm just dead. Dangerous as fuck, but okay. Wait. My turn. I'm not getting as much health as I thought I would have get from all this. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. I'm gonna use the orbs because I don't really care about any of them at this point, to be honest. Hello there. Did you miss me? Oh, I'm gonna do that too now. Let's go. Let's not go. Let's not go. He gets to do that. I get to do this. Damn! Why is your ass so fucking powerful like that? That's fair though. I think it's over for him. We're having a Vergil moment. Holy shit. Does that not feel like a top 10 fights for you? No, dodge it. You know what? Just for the pose. Okay. I see we're having a CGI cutscene. So this is gonna be new. Did Nero never show? He never shows up?
Adios.
What do you mean adios? No, wait. What? What?
I won't lose next time.
Oh, okay. They
Hold on to
skipped.
that till then.
They skipped. Okay, they skipped that scene. A scene. All right. That just felt weird. You beating like Dante, and it's like, okay, see. I see. Okay. They decided to like cut the Nero fight, but I guess it still happens in this playthrough. So we made up. We're now buddies.
For something?
Yes. Your incompetence.
By the way, how'd it feel catching up with your kid?
There's no need for us to catch up.
Well, with an attitude like that, you're never gonna meet your grandkids.
That's enough. I don't want to hear it. Now, don't get in my way.
He's terrified of child support.
Took
We
the
all know it.
words right out of my mouth.
Man, I would kill for an honest-to-God game who plays both of these guys. Final Fantasy VII Remake style. Imagine the Devil May Cry gameplay, but you get to switch characters in real time like that, and you have Vergil and Dante. That's all we ask for a game. And you get to, like, switch between them. Are they dueling for fun? They are probably, right?
Time to die! You're like an open book. I can read your every move.
Unless they got pissed at each other again, but I don't think that's it. They're just dueling for fun, right? That's the best like dynamic they have pretty much.
Score for Dante.
Yeah, they are.
I'm up one. When did you learn to count? We're even. Come on. You know I was always
Oh man, he didn't use the Michael Jackson thing in the fight, right? That would have been so funny.
at any.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's actually over. Holy shit. Bro, the Vergil playthrough was honestly fucking amazing, okay? I enjoyed every single moment here, aside from the V missions, but that's not Vergil's fault in a way. I guess that's his human form fault, but no, that's just the game design there. But holy hell. The Vergil playthrough was, honest to God, so good. The Vergil playthrough was like the most fun I had with a Devil May Cry game, honestly. I would really, really like a game that's like you play as both Dante and Vergil, you switch between them in real time, or you get a mission with them, mission with them. Could do a direct continuation of them, like in Hell here. When you get to a camp, you get to like fight against the other for, I don't know, abilities you unlock and things like that. So much potential with that dynamic that they have. Would be so fun. You just see the two of them interact for a whole game together. I don't even mind if Nero joins in or not. Could be fun as well, but honestly, a game with just these two characters together would be insanely fun. And we get Barry the Light too. For all I care, you don't even switch the track up, okay? Use the same fucking song. I don't mind.
Bonsai_Sai says, so Itay, was DMC2 worth it?
DMC2 was the best game in the franchise, I don't know what you mean. I got to play two games at the same time, what's so bad about that? It was so good, I just pumped up another game in the background, but no. Just don't play the Devil May Cry 2. Honestly, that's the best tip I have for someone. You just don't play Devil May Cry 2.
Are you still wounded from your fight with me?
You just don't have to play it. Can we get something else?
Don't you dare say it.
Say it.
Jackpot.
Can you also say Devils Never Cry?
Why you gotta leave me hanging? We used to love saying that.
I have no recollection.
Well, let me jog your memory. A little Vergil. Crying in the corner. Because mommy got mad.
I seem to recall you crying every time Father raised his voice.
This kind of action is what I expected the show to be. But it's so
How they
different.
feel if they saw us now.
What does it matter? We're still here.
Again, this dynamic that these two have, this is what
probably
they
right.
need to focus on. And you're telling me they're not gonna make a sequel to this? Phenomenal, okay? This playthrough was absolutely beautiful. I don't know what to tell you. This playthrough was actually beautiful. Honestly. It makes up for the V character. I'm just saying. Makes up for his moments. I enjoyed it. I immensely enjoyed it. And with that, we actually finished the Devil May Cry playthroughs. Because we're done with Devil May Cry. We're done with all games in the franchise, pretty much. Well, all mainline. I don't even know if there's any spin-off games and shit, but we're done with it. It's taken quite a few months, but it's officially over. I recommend you play this series. I recommend you play Devil May Cry 1. I recommend you ignore Devil May Cry 2 ever existed. You should play Devil May Cry 3. You should play half of Devil May Cry 4, and you should play Devil May Cry 5. Especially the Vergil playthrough. That was the most fun I had in this entire franchise with the Vergil playthrough. Especially the final mission here. They cooked. They cooked hard with this final mission. And yeah, we're officially done. I'm glad I gave this franchise a shot. There are still things I wish they could have changed to my liking more, right? There are. I'm not gonna ignore that, but it was still immensely fun, and I enjoyed it. From now on, please just add a dodge button, and I'll be happy. But then again, that would make Trickster kind of a waste. But in Devil May Cry 3, I believe he had the clone ability, something. Maybe that could be Trickster. I'm just saying if you listen to me, but like, can you say Devil May Cry 5 is better than every From Software game? Yes, Devil May Cry 5 is, in my honest-to-God opinion, better than every From Software game I've ever tried, which are precisely two, which were not very fun. Not that hard. The Devils Never Cry. Well, man, I wish he said that at the end there, instead of Jackpot. Do not add a dedicated dodge button. Please, for the love of God, add a dedicated dodge button. But dodge with another D, not the dog, Doge. Okay, we don't need a button for that, to be perfectly honest. Next stream is a random horror game. Probably, to be honest. That's probably what we'll do. We'll chill for a little bit. Because why not? Before we tackle on the next big thing. We do need a... When exactly is Deltarune releases? June, I believe, right? Yeah, we still have time for that, but we'll play it when it comes out. We'll actually... We'll play... Silk Song as well. We'll check it out when it releases in 2030. I'm being realistic here, guys. Come on. You can play Final Fantasy 9 while waiting for Deltarune, just saying. Again, if I pick up Final Fantasy 9, it's a game I really want to pay attention to story details and all that. I want to play that when I'm actually able to do it, and not just like Because you've seen what happened with Devil May Cry here. I got to play for 1 week for like 2 hours. And 2 hours in an RPG game, that's not much. But I played for 2 hours. Next week I had to cancel because student things, you know. And then a week after that, I go back into it for 1.5 hours. And playing an RPG like that doesn't sound like a lot of fun. Baltaro, what? Is that the card game thingy that won? It is the card game thingy that won something. I don't remember what it won. But yeah, it's the card game. I don't think I ever actually looked into it, to be honest. Man, this was a lot of fun though. I'm really glad I gave this franchise a shot. All in all. It's a good franchise. It is a good franchise. With Devil May Cry 2 being peak and all that. It's Persona card game, but better. Persona card game is a game I used to play in real life during breaks in middle school and high school as well. It's an actual game called President that me and my buddies, we used to, every time we had a break, we would pull up a pack of cards and everybody in class wanted to join in. And there wasn't enough space for everyone, so people had to fight who joins in for a game and how. And it was insanely fun, and I have good memories of it. So the Persona card game is something else for me. And the Persona game, it's called Tycoon. Good franchise, but only 4 games. Exactly, it's amazing that they had only 4 games. And it's also kind of weird that they jumped from Devil May Cry to Devil May Cry 3. But who knows what happened there? I'm not one to judge. You still have the mobile game to play? Which one? Persona mobile game? Or like what mobile game? Which one? Peak of Combat. Man, it's a good feeling to like get out of a franchise and you actually enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? It's a good feeling of actually finishing a game and be like, man, that was awesome. I had a good time. I had fun. All in all, looking back, I had a great time. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed going through that game. I enjoyed playing it. I got hyped when I was supposed to get hyped. I laughed. Not exactly when I was supposed to be laughing, but still, I had fun. That's the key word here. I had fun playing this game. I enjoyed it. I had a good time playing Devil May Cry 5. It was awesome. Next franchise will be Yakuza Trust. I think I told you before, I tried Yakuza 0 a while back. I don't remember to where exactly I got, but again, the mix and match like vibe thing, it was a little too weird for me, but I'm willing to give it another shot eventually down the line. I'm with an open mind here. Maybe I wasn't exactly in the mood, or I expected something else and all that. After the horror game, is there any game you plan on starting? Man, I am not sure at all. I really want to play Astrobot. That's the thing. I really, really want to play Astrobot, but I know I don't want to like waste $70 right now. We could play the free demo though. The free demo on the PlayStation 4, I think, or no, the PlayStation 5. It's on the PlayStation 5. We could check out the free demo that they released beforehand and see what's up. I still have other games on that system that I need to check out, to be fair. Still waiting on that. Man, a lot of good games are going to release soon, aren't they? We have Deltarune coming up. You guys have Stellar Blade releasing on PC, which is going to be awesome. It's a good game. I recommend you get it. I'm not sure if I'll get another copy of the game or not. But it depends if they add anything to the PC version or not, to be fair, because if they will add more story-related things, I would really, really very much appreciate playing it on Japanese, because, as you know, the Korean didn't really click for me. It sounded a bit too weird. Didn't really click with that acting. And we're not even going to talk about the English version, so I wouldn't mind going through the whole game again, to be honest. Back to the Bone? Oh, shit. Yeah. I forgot that that was a thing. Well, there you go. Finish Devil May Cry 5. We got it. We got it. Finally. Finally. Did we do this when Devil May Cry 2 ended too? I don't remember. Oh yeah, Itay, when are the game requests opening? I'll open them when around July, I think, when I actually have more time because the semester is gonna be over, and hopefully a bit more money because when you request a game and I don't have it, I still gotta I gotta buy it, you know. So that's an investment as well at the same time. Wait around July though, around July or August, I'll open it for maybe 1 or 2 requests of a game. Why not? That way my wallet is not gonna cry too damn hard. Because I'm gonna be buying Deltarune, that I do know, and I heard it's gonna cost around $25, which is not cheap, but it's Toby Fox. I do trust them, easily trust them. So yeah, Itay, what if the game is a PlayStation 1 game? Not saying it will be, but just asking. Oh, so that really depends. If we don't have a way of playing it on a modern console, if we don't have an actual port we could buy and play it through that, then I will use an emulator easily. I don't really mind doing that to check a game out. But if the game is available as a port, then yeah, I will. Never got ported? Damn, what game is that then? So DMC5 or Metal Gear? Okay, that's not really fair if I have to say, because it's gonna be Metal Gear Rising for me. It is going to be Metal Gear Rising, because I think the boss fights are way more memorable in that game. Its soundtrack is amazingly good with every single song that it has. It's really memorable as well, if you would agree. The set pieces are amazing. It's over the top, in your face. The story is amazingly funny, start to finish. And Raiden is just like, Raiden and Armstrong. You play the game for Raiden and Armstrong. For that interaction, you could play the game alone. Those last 2 hours are like batshit insane. DMC5 or God of War 3. It's still going to be God of War 3 because I clicked with God of War a bit more than Devil May Cry. I think the main reason I clicked with God of War more is probably the control scheme that game has. And again, I'm a mythology nerd, so I immensely enjoyed the well, yeah. The God of War setting. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. My brother just heard the stream and asked if you're American. I'm not sure if I should be is that a dig at me? Should I be sad? Do I really look stupid? No, I'm kidding. Played college ball, you know. See, like, so many memorable moments, so many memes out of Metal Gear Rising. There's a lot of memes from Devil May Cry 5 as well, but they're not exactly playing on it as a main strength and all that. And I sincerely think they should. If they make a Devil May Cry 6, which I'm sure they will eventually down the line, they should really, really, really lean into the whole comedy. Exactly. Give me Dante versus the President of the United States of America, and then, like, give me, I don't know, Vergil act as Blade Wolf and throw the Yamato to Dante while he's sitting on the plastic chair and telling him, time to get motivated, Dante. And then imagine the whole fight. You just see Vergil sitting on the plastic chair while you're fighting for your life. Dude, I would love that so much. This is the kind of shit they need to do with Devil May Cry. This is the kind of shit they need to do with Devil May Cry. I want Dante to be fighting for his life, and then in the background just see like Vergil sitting on that plastic chair and just smiling at you or something like that. It would be a little out of character if it was smiling, I admit, but it would be so funny. Maybe make it an Easter egg or something that, like, he would stand half the time, and half the time you look at him, he's sitting on that plastic chair. That would be so good. That's what they need to do. Lean into the comedy aspect while still maintaining some serious moments. Like this, the end fight we had here, that whole cutscene before it, and amazing. Okay, this is the kind of shit they need to lean into. Be insanely corny and funny, and into the comedy aspect, and like be serious when they need to be. Kind of like a Gintama episode when you think about it. This is the kind of thing I want them to really do. With Very the Life. Yeah, dude. That would be so good. Like, imagine it's just him sitting on a plastic chair at the beginning, and the more you look at him, the more things change in the background. Like, you look, rain is starting far away. Barry the Light is playing, like, every time you look at him, just for a little bit. They need to lean into that comedy aspect, potentially, with this show. With this series, sorry. I'm still thinking about that show. Devil May Cry 3 had the best cutscenes, I think. Well, it had the best direction for cutscenes, perhaps. The best, yeah, I'll give him that. All in all, probably Devil May Cry 3 had the best story in this franchise. Again, they got to like give a message as they wanted, which is cool. They got to have cool moments for Dante, which is what they aim for every game, and you know, why not? Showcasing his personality. They got to develop a new character in that game and give her some sort of an arc. Devil May Cry 3 is probably the best story they did, especially because they introduced Vergil in such a good way. So yeah. Casey Edwards has Game of Thrones to be hired again? Has got to be. I'm fucking stupid. I thought that would stand for something. Has got to be hired again for next year. He should be hired for more things. In general, I think his music is pretty good. Well, he has some like good music out there, so I'm vibing with it. I was, again, when I heard Bury the Light was gonna be on the Netflix show, I was hyped. I was like, yeah, cool. There's gonna be a moment where like we hear this. Oh shit, that's gonna be so cool. And then like we're gonna get a fight with this in the background, no talking whatsoever, just this playing, and Dante and Vergil are going at it 101. Oh man, that would be awesome, dude. I don't want to talk about what I got instead, okay? I don't want to talk about what we got instead. This is the first time in a while we got a Picture Impact soundtrack. I kind of forgot we added those when we went with our PTSD from that game. Do people still play it? Haven't heard anyone mention Genshin Impact in a long while. Haven't seen anyone on Discord even touching the game for a long while. Usually people would play it like a lot. At least I would see it popping out. People still play it, sadly. Well, can't save them all. Yeah, people still play it as much as I know. That's a shame. I mean, if they're having fun, they're having fun and all that. At least we know the truth, guys. We know the truth. We all know that Genshin Impact is a glorified soundtrack, and that's all. People playing the game with Temo Sephiroth and Zenless Zone Zero. People really like gacha games, don't they? I still do not see the appeal. I swear to God, I still do not see the appeal in those games. It's just encouraging you to get more characters, play as those characters, and get a new one if you want to get more characters and get somewhere in the game, which I find so weird. It's like, I want to main a character. I want to main a team, per se. I don't want to get more characters. I don't care about that. Let reward people for playing a character. Make it skill-based a little more, but it seems like that's not the direction a gacha game is really going for. Well, that would kind of miss the point of a gacha game when you think about it. Because, yeah, it's kind of counterintuitive, isn't it? A gacha game can't really let you depend on skill, because then you would not buy things, and that's what they are aiming for you to be doing. They want you to buy things, waste your money to get more things. And if you would be skillful in that game, you would not need to buy things. The only good gacha game is Limbus Company. What the fuck is a Limbus Company? Limbus Company. It's a free game. It's Chinese, I believe. And it looks a sort of a turn-based RPG kind of game based on the picture in plural. How would a gacha game for a turn-based RPG even work if you have to unlock characters? Though you mentioned this one, you don't need to unlock characters, so this is curious. It has Dante in it. Oh, it's Korean. It's Korean. Why did the pictures look as if they were using kanji then? Oh, no, you're right. It's Korean. Never mind. It's the font that made it look a bit weird. But when I'm zooming in, yeah, it looks Korean. Yeah. Well, makes sense. That was why I was a little confused. Usually gacha games are Korean. That's the prime market for these titles. The main character is based off Dante, and there's a guy named Vergil. Is that Vergil from Wish.com? Vergil wasn't available. We have Vergil at home. I'm sure that you can do somewhere in the middle if you really want to main someone. I usually like maining characters in the games that I play. That's the thing, though. I think you guys have seen enough about the way I approach games at this point, or even just heard enough about like how I mained Genji for God knows how many hours. And yeah. Okay, I just thought about what I want to do next time. We either do a horror game to mix things up a little bit, and at the same time, I also wanted to do, now that Rebirth is out on PC, I really, really wanted to do a stream where we go through the hardest challenges in the game, because I know a lot of people are having trouble with these challenges, and like, I find them insanely fun. And I kind of wanted to like sit down and maybe do all of them again. So we'll either do that, do a poll, Chocobo. I don't mind doing the Chocobo gliding minigame again, because I am so traumatized. I know how to complete it. You're not gonna get what you wanted, but if I do that again, you are not going to get what you wanted. Just an FYI. It's not gonna be a 4-hour stream again. It's gonna be a 10-minute stream at most. Because again, unfortunately, I remember every single tactic, every single move, every single control, every single button, when and how I need to press it. I remember everything in that minigame. I remember the whole level. I can close my eyes. I can describe one for one what I need to do start to finish. I remember exactly how long I need to wait, because there are two buttons, two big like scores flying around like this. I remember when I need to jump to get both of those scores at the same time. I remember the exact angle I need to press on this bloody fucking controller. I remember exactly for how long I need to press that controller. I remember exactly how long I need to go down, how long I need to go up. I remember exactly when I need to turn around. And okay, you get the point. You get the point. I remember everything about that minigame. Can you no-hit Sephiroth? I didn't no-hit Sephiroth, but not on the final boss. On one of the challenges, you face a version of Sephiroth, and I did do a no-hit Sephiroth there. I wasn't planning on doing that. It just kind of got to it, because the difference in that Sephiroth is that if you interrupt his attack, if you block it at the exact moment, you would either cancel his attack, or you could dodge out of the way immediately. So that's how I did a no-hit on that one. I wasn't planning to, but like, it's part of the hardest challenge in the game, I would say. It is the hardest challenge in the game. So I did do it there. But not on the final boss. I haven't tried that. The final boss, especially on hard mode, Sephiroth on hard mode, final boss, will kick your ass big time if you fuck up for once, okay? That dude is so aggressive, and he's doing so much damage that you will die so easily, one way or another, if you're not paying attention. When you're doing that fight, you are on drugs. I don't know what to tell you. You have to keep attention on everything that's happening. Every move that he does, you have to like know exactly if you need to heal when you do it, if you need to dodge when you dodge. You do not get away with spamming in hard mode. To my surprise, actually, I read a lot of people. I did play Slay the Princess. I just noticed that. I'll talk about my thoughts about that in a second. We played it on stream, I think. Did I forget to upload the VOD? Last week I noticed that like I forgot to upload VODs for I think 3 weeks, if not even more. That happens sometimes. So did I forget to upload that? There are games I just like forgot to upload, I think. Do I still have them on my computer? Did I even bother downloading them? I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, some people actually like complained that the final chapter in Rebirth is too hard. Some people said that they couldn't beat Sephiroth on normal difficulty and all that, which I find kind of weird. I didn't think the game was Like, the game is not easy, which is a good thing. Please, please, please do not change that for part 3. Please don't change that. I enjoyed the variety of challenges that game had to offer. But yeah. No, I don't see it on my computer. I think I forgot to download it. Damn. Oh, sorry. My thoughts about it was like, it wasn't a scary game. I didn't feel like it was a good horror game for me. It was an interesting game. It was an intriguing game. I wasn't scared when I played it at all, from what I recall. It had an interesting concept. I do feel like the plot they were going for was a bit too cringy and a bit too complicated for its own good, if that makes any sense. Too many concepts that give you more questions than answers, which I didn't feel like were good for that type of game. I wouldn't mind if they went the Re-Zero route, where you, I don't know, change every time you die and all that. Oh, and I also didn't like the voice. Basically, in that game, you have a lot of different voices narrating what you are supposed to feel. But, like, I didn't like that because the game told me, the player, how I am supposed to feel. And when I didn't feel the way they wanted me to feel, it created a, no, wait, I don't feel that way. And again, it's kind of hard to look at the thing you're playing as a separate character when it's first person and all that. So it just felt weird to me. Like them going, oh, you're feeling the paranoia and all that. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm chilling. I don't feel any of that. I'm more interested. Let's get going. Let's die. Yeah. So I think it would have actually benefited from having a silent protagonist for a change. And you know shit is bad when I'm saying that, okay? You know something is fucked up when I'm the one saying that, the number one hater of silent protagonists in games. But this goes to show there are times a silent protagonist is a good thing. You want to know another game that a silent protagonist really, really benefited from? Undertale. Honestly, yeah, the silent protagonist, yeah, that was a good move on their end, because again, they didn't tell me how to feel. They didn't tell me how I was supposed to feel at certain moments or choices. I got to feel what I wanted to feel. Yeah, exactly. It's either working or it's not. So unfortunately, Slay the Princess, insanely cool concept for me, didn't exactly do it for me at the same time, though. I think the ending was kind of rushed and confusing, but overall a good experience. So I'm glad you felt that. I didn't really feel... Again, I played that game. I went into it because I expected a horror game. And unfortunately, I didn't really get that with the game. I mean, sometimes... No, that's a whole other thing. Sometimes the game indeed wants you to feel different from the protagonist. I agree with that, for sure. I don't feel like that's what they were going for with Slay the Princess. If you want a good, like, example of that, we're gonna bring Undertale back in again. We're gonna go Genocide route, where in Genocide you probably feel horrible during certain sections, and you probably feel bad seeing the things you do, but the game is not telling you, oh, you, well, it is, in a way, calling you a monster every single chance that it has, but, like, when a scene is happening, they're not, like, looking at you should feel bad, and all that, no. They are, they're letting you feel bad. And then a scene later, they're gonna, like, make you feel even worse and call you a piece of shit because you dare to, like, see what the game has to offer. But that's beside the point. Another, like, better example, actually, now that I think about it, would be Deltarune Chapter 2. I don't recall in that chapter, during the Genocide run you can do there, I don't recall the game going, oh, you should feel bad. You don't deserve to have fun, like Undertale did. But at the same time, the game wanted you to feel different from the protagonist. At least I hope you were feeling different. If not, please seek counseling. But yeah, there is a pretty new Undertale mod named Undertale Red and Yellow. Wait, is that supposed to connect to Undertale Yellow? Because I did play Undertale Yellow on stream, if you guys remember, and I thought that shit was way too cringy. That shit was way too cringe. So is this a separate mod, or is it, like, the same? Turns Clover and Kara into ghosts, and they got over... what does it mean, turning them into ghosts, though? Or they're like chilling around with you or something. No, okay, I see. I see the pictures. I don't mind trying that out, honestly. Let's read the description together here. Have you played Undertale Yellow? After completing it, did you think, man, I really want to replay Undertale now, but I've already played it so many times? No. Okay, they say no as well. Well, too bad. When I finished Undertale Yellow, I died from laughter, to be honest. It was a bit too cringy and yeah. Features 2 head ghosts watching your every move, lots of settings to customize your experience, a talk button, new songs and remixes, fixing all of Toby's mistakes and making 20 new ones. What mistakes though? Area specific battle backgrounds, a run button, the Mad Mew Mew fight. What the fuck does that even mean? Other fights and much more. So this is already in a way a red alarm for me, because even the way this is written is trying to like mimic Toby Fox, and I feel like this is where a lot of people fail. You shouldn't try to mimic Toby Fox, because that dude is special. That dude is amazingly talented, and the reason he is amazingly talented is because his writing style and what he's doing, it's unique. Do not try to copy his humor. That would only feel like a cheap copy, and in a way this is where Undertale Yellow failed. What's this song? It's good. This song is from the composer of Attack on Titan. It released after the ending of Attack on Titan. It's called Arc of the Ashes. You can see it up there. You go up here. It's based on Ashes on the Fire from Attack on Titan, just an instrumental-ish version, acoustic version-ish. I mean, but it's a mod that gives a character to 2 characters who didn't have any character, and you are playing. No, that's the thing though. Kara did have character in Undertale, and that character was to be mysterious and only show up 2 times for a reason. See, if you get to see Kara beforehand, if you would have gotten to actually interact with the character beforehand and all that, you would probably feel a little comfortable with them. And I feel like that's where Toby Fox is really special when it comes to these things, because that's where he's playing with you. He's alluding to another character existing. He's alluding to that character with certain dialogue choices and all that, but he's not explicitly showing you that character. In a way, he's building up that character. He makes you think about what is happening and who's that, and when that character is finally on screen, it's right in your face. There's nothing else. You are stuck with it, and you need to comprehend your actions now. And that character is shrouded in mystery. We don't know much about it. We don't know if that character shows up. There's a fucking mosquito in my room. We don't know if that character shows up in Deltarune or not. Again, the game is alluding to that character. It shows us hints of that character and all that, but it's not exactly in our face. And that mystery is what drives that character to be so interesting. And in a way, I'm not sure how they chose to put that character in this mod. And if that character gets to have lots of dialogues and on that, I'm afraid I'll get comfortable with that character. See, for some reason, the community of Undertale decided that Kara is a cute character that needs to be protected and interacted with, and they're just misunderstood. And I no. No. I don't want the character ruined for me like that. Make a separate character. Come on, man. But then again, the Undertale community is one of the cringiest communities you could be ever a part of. It's right up there with the Sonic fandom. You don't want to be there. Those are places you stick your head in, you see what's up, and you get traumatized for 10 years. Again, to this day, I have no idea why they called it Sonic X Shadow. I do not want to search that on Google. I do not want to see the results. I do not want to search for Sonic X Shadow ever because of the Sonic community. So I have no idea why that's the name of the game for the re-release in a way. No, what? Sure, that's a fair point. Kara in this mod pretty much is a nerdy narcissist. You see, isn't Kara the... Yeah, exactly, it is. It's the murderer route that is hinted to be controlling you or manipulating things around the scenes. And if you do the genocide and you go ahead and you do a pacifist route, it takes over you and all. It's interesting because we don't know what's up. We don't fully understand it. It's shrouded in mystery that makes you think. And if you got to interact with that character more, actually have conversation with it, actually talk with it, actually see it, I don't know, chilling next to you and all that, I feel like that would take away from those moments in Genocide that really, really hit. Because, like, in Genocide, you could look at the mirror and all that, and the text in Genocide, I don't exactly remember what it was. I think usually it's, despite everything, it's still you. And I think it's Genocide, it's like written in red suddenly, and it's like, it's you. Or you look in like the fridge, and I don't remember what it is in Pacifist, probably something like, there's a lot of things in this fridge, or some stupid shit like that. But in Genocide, it would be like, no chocolate, and you're like, wait, this isn't my character, this isn't what I'm used to, it's something else. So again, that slow build up, also Flowey talking about like, as if he recognizes you suddenly and all that. It's that mystery that makes Kara really, really hit. I played one of the routes and I really liked what they added. I suggest maybe trying a mod a few weeks before Elder. I don't mind giving it a shot, honestly. Again, it's a mod. I don't mind. Christian is part of the Sonic community, and that is all. Who the fuck is Christian? Do I want to Google that? Am I missing? Is that Chris? Sean. Oh, no, I have no idea who this is. No, honestly, I don't know who this person is. Like, honest to God, I've never seen that person in my life. All I know is that he's clearly not wearing a shirt in this one picture, but like, okay. He's, they, them, I don't know anymore. He's a literal motherfucker. Did he literally fuck his own mother? Or is that like his title of, I don't know. Yeah, I don't, is he only fucking mothers? The fuck you mean yes? What the fuck do you all mean yes he did? You're joking. No, you're fucking with me. Christian has a whole history and podcast about him. Well, search. I do not want to search it up. No, I do not want to write in Google right now, did Christian fuck his own mom? Nor do I really want to see a podcast this dude did or someone did about him. I don't feel like that's worth any of our time, guys. Let's be honest here. We shouldn't do that. We no. No. Yeah, no. Did you guys ever listen to this remix of Nier Automata? This is a good one. It's on Spotify. Everything that you hear and has like a title down here is like on Spotify, okay? This, every time you see something here and you like the song, you don't have to ask what song it is. This is here for a reason, so you can look it up immediately if you want to. I did this for your own benefit. I know what I'm listening to, but I wanted you guys to know what we're listening to when it plays. I think he is the reason internet trolls exist. Bro, no. He sounds like someone special. I'll just say that. He sounds like he's really special. A really special kind of person. Okay, we wanted to make a poll. I'll probably do it on Discord though for next time. Where we either we do the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth challenges, or we do the horror game. I'll tell you the truth, I think I'm more inclined to do the... Oh, wait, actually, maybe not. Let me make sure before I open my big mouth. Yeah, okay, it's fine. I can either do the Final Fantasy VII one either next week or the week after that. So both options are available. You guys just get to choose which one you want to do first. Reason being, university gave us, thankfully, thank God, holy shit, they gave us 3 weeks to turn in our assignments due to the holidays. And when my professor, when he said that, I wanted to just get up and I would have kissed him right there on the mouth if I could, because I was so happy to hear that. So all of our assignments, thankfully, we have 3 weeks to turn them in. That means the second that this stream is over, I'm just going to sleep. I'm honest to a fault, okay? I'm not even joking. But that means that I get to stream more freely, as you can tell here. I'm not like bitching about, oh no, I gotta go study, man. No, the second that this stream is over, I'll just show you. The second that this is over, I do this. I put this down, I walk back. That's all that I do. Finally, no more assignments in a way. To be fair, actually, so about those 6 assignments I mentioned before, I turned in 5 of them. Okay, I still have 1 more assignment I need to turn in. It's kind of overdue. But like, I get to delay my my turn-ins every once in a while and be fine with it. So I think I have up until Sunday. So there's still 1 more assignment I need to do. I'll probably, maybe, I think, perhaps, perchance, maybe, sometimes, eventually, I'll do it tomorrow. I hope. Or I'll just do it an hour before I need to turn it in, or something. I don't know. I'm out of fucks to give. I don't know what to tell you. The first semester just took all fucks I could physically and, like, emotionally give, and I took them out. I'm out of fucks to give. At this point, welcome to university, people. You're gonna be just like me eventually, believe me. What headphones do you use? Wait, I think I can show you. There you go. Do you see that? The DT700 Pro X. You see that? They are phenomenal. My older model of these, which is the more popular one, to be honest, is these right here. I still have them. The reason I switched from those is because, unfortunately, one of the ear cups, this right here, Bunny broke it. I'm not even joking. Bunny legit broke it. Bunny climbed on my table, on my old table, and she just decided that these things do not deserve to live. So, let you see this right here. Do you see that? Yeah, I had to iron it. You know why? Because she decided she's gonna bit this off. She just bit this cable off, making I couldn't hear anything out of this cup, so I had to fix it. But that's not what ruined it. She decided she also needs to kick it down from the table, and a bunny's kick is insanely powerful. I don't know if you know, but I don't know what got her so pissed off at these. She just kicked them off the table, and unfortunately she kicked this one. So this headphone, it's still usable. I still use it when I need to go like outside with a pair of headphones for something. Like in university, I don't know, I don't want to hear any sound, and these are insanely good at blocking sound, and they are really, really comfortable at the same time. So I still take them with me. I still use them. They are usable. It's just that this cup right here, this particular earpiece, doesn't really work as well. Sometimes you would just not hear anything, and you would have to like or hit yourself. I know it sounds weird, but you have to do this to get it fixed and all that. And I tried opening them up and see what was the problem. I couldn't for the life of me figure it out. So I just upgraded to those. I had a friend who was in America, and they were cheaper there, so he just got me those while it was there. I'm happy with it. These are good headphones. These are I don't want to say the upgrade to these, but they are the newer version. If you had to choose between these two, it doesn't really matter. Pick what you want. But there are so many headphones out there. Do not just trust my my taste for them. Most people actually like open back headphones a bit more. Maybe I'll try it the next time I upgrade to an open back style. But these are phenomenally good. I'll probably stick with them for 5 more years at the very, very least. I was with these for a long time. Do not get me wrong. I would have still been with them had Bunny decided not to do a little trolling, as you say. I would have still used those. These are really good. Really, really good. I actually, at first, I thought about getting the same model all over again, because again, these are good headphones. I just thought about getting the exact same model, but they came up with a newer version. I figured out, you know what, why not? I'll give it a shot. I'm happy with them. If I had to choose which ones are more comfortable, I would say these, but that's because I'm used to them at this point, to be fair. Both of them, again, are really, really good. But again, always make your own research. Don't just take my word for anything. You need to make your own research and figure out if these vibe for you or not, if these are good for your own needs and all that. Don't just trust whatever someone says on the internet, ever. That's words to live by, in a way. If you're gonna waste money, be smart about it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Anyways, yeah. Maybe it's about time we end for today. I have assignments. I mean to go and do. You know how it is. You know how it is. The student life and all that. I'm gonna go to sleep, guys. I'm not even joking. I'm just gonna lay on bed. But you know I can't say that. It's gonna ruin my image. My image is that I'm a hard-working person and I gotta like study all the time and all that. But no, I'm gonna go to sleep. Just between you and me, though. Yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Devil May Cry, phenomenal. I had fun. I'm glad I got into the franchise. I'm glad I gave the games a shot. They were really fun. I am looking forward to whatever else they decide to do with this franchise. I hope they'll do more with this franchise. I hope they'll cook more. Don't forget, guys, give the show a shot. Be fair on it. Give it a shot. I don't know what you're expecting at this point. It is a decent show. I swear to God, it's a decent show. Just not a very decent Devil May Cry show. But maybe you'll think differently. Maybe you'll enjoy it. Let me know what you think on the Discord next time here. I don't know. I fucking love the prelude. I fucking love this track. This is one of the best tracks in video games in general, because you hear that and you are immediately in the zone. But that's, we can rave about Final Fantasy either next time or the one after that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna do a poll on Discord, and yeah, I really do not. Okay, you lost a war there, which is making me confused. But I guess you mean you don't know if you're gonna hate it or not. So again, the best thing to do, give it a shot. Decide on your own. See what you think. Why not? If enough people watch it, if enough people give criticism, maybe they could change. I want them to do a season 2 because I want to see what the direction they're gonna stick with. I want to see if they are one of those people. We're gonna go, okay, we learn from our mistakes. We're gonna listen to feedback, but still do our own thing. Or they're just going to ignore everything because, I don't know, they could. I don't know. I'm curious. Well, thank you guys so much for being here for all of the Devil May Cry playthrough. It was an absolute blast. Glad we did it. I'm really glad we did it. It's a good franchise. Now I'm a Devil May Cry fan. Now I'm the cool John Vergil fan, and the cool John Dante fan, and the cool Nero guy fan as well. We don't talk about the V character, but most of all, and I need you to think about what I'm saying here,